Hello, everybody. I hope you all are fine. So, this is our third video lecture, and it's on educational administration. Let's discuss what educational administration means. Educational administration, it's a comprehensive effort to achieve some specific educational objectives. It's a complex human enterprise, in which different resources that are brought together and made available to achieve and accomplish the desired and expected goals or objectives. For the success of any educational management, there must be an educative freedom and flexibility on one hand, and necessarily discipline and decorum on the other hand in any educational institutions. It's concerned with both the human and the material resources. The human elements include children, parents, teachers, and other employees as well. And as far as material resources are concerned, it includes money, it includes building, grounds, equipments, and instructional supplies as well. Besides these two resources, besides these two elements, there are ideas, there are laws and regulations, community needs, and so on. And all these have a bearing on the educational process and the integration of these parts into a whole educational administration. The major focus of the administration in general, it's the harmonization of available human and material resources in pursuit of the productive activities oriented towards the achievement of the organization's objectives. If we see the nature of the educational administration, educational administration, it operates in an environment of constant change. At least a quarter of the student population changes every year. Not only the students, but the faculty as well, the staff members, they don't even stay in the same place forever. For such institutions, there must always be a refreshing change according to a situation in the institutions. And educational institutions, they must constantly identify, implement the improvements in their stuff. Curriculum needs, it needs updating and revision as well. Procedures need to be updated in accordance with the new needs and technologies. And administrators, employees, faculty, staff managers, they also need to access constant training, refreshing, and developmental opportunities. And that's why we can say that administration is an organ of organization that has threefold tasks to perform. It has threefold tasks, and the first among them is the stating the specific purpose and mission of education in general and institutions in particular. Second is making the work productive, and education has a mission to cultivate the human resources and to guide them to be productive in their endeavors. The third is designing and maintaining a very friendly environment where the individuals can work together in groups efficiently just to accomplish the set goals. General administration in general, it deals with the functioning of the institution in a proper manner. And in fact, the term administration, it's derived from a Latin word, minister, that is services rendered to others for welfare. Educational administration, it focuses everything on educational platform in its true sense to be run smoothly. In fact, one can visualize the first of all the school is organized to an organization, which is followed by an administration and of course and good administration. And in administration, it's mostly the administrator who, as a head of the institutions, is a responsible member that adopts and implements all the planned programs of the administrator. The subject matter of educational activities where all excellent ideas, policies, and practices fail only in absence of a good administration. And administration, in other words, it means is an attitude of work, efficiency, and implementation. Let's now, discuss the functions of educational administration. Educational administration is wholly and solely concerned with the efficiency and commitment that manpower available puts it together to help in goal realization. It looks forward, practical measure which is adopted to ensure that a system of work assists educational process. It carries out the set of goals, objectives as well for the benefit of the learners. And some of the major functions of educational administration in India, they are planning, its organization, direction, and controlling. We will discuss all these you know um, functions one by one and in detail. But educational administration is a total process which provides and manages the various elements of teaching learning process, teaching learning situation, that is the teacher, that is the learners, curriculum, and the socio physical environment as well. Let's now discuss the first function of educational administration, that is planning. Planning is the first step and it's very essential component and a useful exercise, I must say, to be undertaken by the administrators. So it's a systematic, organized, and automated scheme of working, thus it can be taught at the beginning. Planning, it's a key factor in all the types of education. It's commonly understood as an activity which leads to the future course of action. There's a Chinese proverb which justifies what planning actually is. In the proverb reads as, if you plan for a year, plant a grain. If you plan for 10 years, plant a tree. And if you plan for 100 years, plant men. So this proverb actually justifies what actually planning is. Planning is not an independent activity. It's a part of whole process of administration. And to avoid the useful efforts to execute activity, a proper planning is very essential. Proper planning is very essential. And planning ensures the recognition of goals, it ensures proper use of resources, it ensures prevention of wastage, overlapping, and haphazard efforts. It ensures definiteness and orderly execution in any enterprise. And in Indian educational planning, uh, it is required at 4 levels. That's central level, state level, local, and school level. So this was planning and how this principle works in an educational institution. Second function of educational administration is organization. Organization is also a very important function as far as a good administration is concerned. Though it's a systematic, it's also a very systematic. It deals actually with the systematic arrangements so that the purpose of the program can be achieved. And for good organization, you know, And for good organization, the administrator should define the purpose, they should define and analyze and identify the tasks that are required to meet the objectives. And organization, broadly organization deals with two aspects, the material aspects and the human equipments. We discussed on these resources just in the beginning, but in material equipments, it involves the buildings, furniture, libraries, workshops. You can include art galleries, you can include playgrounds, farms, audiovisual aids, computers, and television, etc. And all these things, it should be properly organized so that entire material elements help in supplements of the learning. This entire material element otherwise used for the entertainment only will not enhance learning. The task of administration, it is to plan a time as well as to use all these materials systematically, psychologically, and scientifically as well. Arrangements are made for all these material equipments to be used in a fruitful and a purposeful manner, and that's the responsibility of an administration. And as far as human equipments are concerned, it implies arrangement of all the persons that are involved in teaching and learning situations. Educational administration, while planning the activity, it has a scope to organize, it has a scope to budget, and to plan a time as well in such a manner that all the human elements involved in the activity will be able to contribute towards the teaching and learning process. And human equipments or human elements, do we say, they involve the educational process, that are the students, the teachers, the head of the institutions as well. Our fourth and sorry, this is the third. Yeah, the third function of the educational administration is direction. Direction means getting work done through instructions and orders. It means exercising the leadership, motivating the people, determining accountability, and developing the guidelines for action. And this step includes motivation, and it includes the decision making as well. As the administration fixes the aims which are generally contained in the motto of the educational institution, that serves actually as the direction for the administration or any institution. Direction is that we can say that direction is continuously needed in order to hammer till the motto is achieved. For example, if I give an example like of an army institution, in an army institution, the students, the learners, they are continuously directed to follow every program, but in an order of discipline. These directions are followed. They are followed everywhere there in their institutions, like in the dining halls, in the playgrounds, in the classrooms, in the libraries, laboratories, in everything in day-to-day life. And first direction about the whole content, and then to distribute the whole content into different units according to the calendar of the institution, and to accomplish the whole task within the terms needs to be essentially obeyed. And that's how the direction works. This principle works in the institutions, and the difference how it works in the army institutions as well. Now, the fourth and the last function of the educational administration is controlling. Controlling means it involves measuring and monitoring performances, comparing results with plans, and taking the corrective actions when required. It also indicates how far the goals have been achieved and to what extent there is deviation from the real plans. So, we discussed all the four principles of educational administration. This is all for today. And in our next lecture, we'll discuss the importance of educational administration. We'll also try to discuss the principles, all the principles of educational administration. Thank you very much. I see you very soon with my next video lecture. Till then, have a great time and take care.